Hello and welcome to my channel. This is Kind of Crafty Kenzie. I am Kenzie. My channel has everything to do with DIYing, crafting, turning trash to treasure, thrift flips, repurposing, upcycling, and some shopping hauls. Basically anything to do with home decor on a budget. So if that is something you love, you are in the right place. Go ahead and click that subscribe button. Join my little crafty family. Put a little Kenzie in your day. Don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up if you like it. It really helps my channel grow and I appreciate it so much. I am so excited about today's video. It is jam-packed full of farmhouse DIY decor inspiration. Please make sure you stay till the end because I definitely saved the best for last. Now, let's go. So for the first DIY I have for you guys, I am going to show you how I love to make a stack of books, and that is with wood pieces that I cut out. Okay, let's be real, my husband cut them out, but anyways, this is my favorite way. What I'm doing here is just kind of seeing how they fit best together, which way I want the wood to go, so there's like no big gaps or anything. So once I was finally happy with that, I just went ahead and pieced them together with Dollar Tree's super wood glue. I let them sit overnight because I was obviously working on other things, but a couple, like an hour or so, you'd be able to work with these. If I was going to paint them different colors, I would have painted like that middle book a different color before I pieced them together, but I was going to do these in all white. You guys have seen me make the stack of books out of like the Dollar Tree crates that will fit like on a tier tray, but this is obviously a larger set, and this would fit on a shelf or an entryway table or a coffee table, and anywhere they would look absolutely adorable. Who doesn't love a stack of books? They're just, I don't know. They're just so cute. I can make them for days. But for this set, I definitely kind of wanted to do a little bit different than what I usually do in the past. And I'm not quite sure why we're still watching me paint this stack of books white. I sped it up, but I obviously forgot to cut and remove some of that. So I'm sorry about that, guys. I know you don't need to watch me paint all of this, but whoops, bloopers happen. So anyways, when I finally get done with this, which should be happening here anytime, I went ahead and printed off the word home on my Cricut to put on like the top of the book, and I was kind of going for a theme here. I thought that like home and then everything that makes a home would be the perfect title. So I got this page, this like 6x6 page of scrapbook paper out of like the little one you can get from Hobby Lobby. It is called Home Again. It's really cute. It's from Cartabella company. You can get it off of Amazon as well. And they have the prettiest scrap paper in there. And like these like strips just really reminded me of book titles. So I love that they were different colors. I love that they corresponded with colors in my home, of course. They were pretty neutral. So I thought those would be perfect. You'll be able to read the titles a little bit better at the end. But to attach the books together, because you always have to have that classic little like way the books are like all binded together, I just went with some jute twine. I didn't want to use nautical rope because it will raise this book stack up a little bit. I've actually made a stack of books with my family's name on them, like mine, my husband, and my 3 girls, and I made them out of real books that I just really distressed, and then I painted them, and then I went ahead and attached them like with rope, nautical rope. I'll try to drop a picture here if I remember. I made them before I ever had a channel. Anyways, and I used nautical rope, so I had to attach like a Jenga block underneath to make it even the way it sat. So now I'm just going to go ahead and grab all this ribbon from Dollar Tree, and I made like a crisscross X bow, and then I just cinched it in the middle, and I'm just going to attach it to the top. I normally do not do this. I normally like keep the top of my books very like low key, I guess you could say, kind of plain. But again, I kind of wanted to just do something a little bit different. So this is kind of farmhouse shabby chic style, but very farmhouse neutral colors. So yeah, I really love it. I did go ahead and attach like a little jute twine bow on top of those to kind of make it look like that jute twine like came up around and like tied together in the ribbon and all that. So you can go ahead and see like those titles right there if you pause it and read it. But I think that this little stack of books turned out pretty cute. And like I said, it's perfect for like an entryway table or a coffee table or, you know, a shelf somewhere. So I really love it. Let me know what you guys think. For this next one, I grabbed these 4 little pallets from the Dollar Tree, and I am just simply going to piece them together to make a larger pallet. So I just used the super wood glue again from Dollar Tree, and then just a little bit of hot glue to adhere them to each other. I put 2 together at a time, and then I pieced all 4 together, and it sticks really fast, like, because it wasn't as much, it wasn't as thick as like with the books. These definitely stuck together quite quickly. By the time I was done piecing together like the second 2, the first 2 were nice and adhered quite well. So I just did the same thing to put all 4 of them together, as you can see. Just use that same glue and then a little bit of hot glue because, you know, I need that hot glue because I'm on a time schedule here, buddy. So after I got them all pieced together, just for a little bit more reassurance, I went ahead and just flipped it over, and on the parts of the pallet sign that were like nice and wide where I could hide a small popsicle stick, I just went ahead and did that. So that's basically what I use my small popsicle sticks for these days. So anyways, then just cut a little piece there in the middle and we're good to go. So now I'm just going to give this a nice sloppy coat of white chalk paint. I wanted it to be almost more like a whitewashed look. Okay, like a heavy-handed whitewashed look. Now I'm going to take this truck from the Dollar Tree. Obviously this is from Christmas, but I do this with these all the time. I try to remove that little pine tree, and I usually can. It usually comes right off, but this one did not want to, and then it flew up and hit me in the face. So we weren't friends anymore, and I threw him away. Then I painted my truck with the dusty blue chalk paint from Dixie-Belle, and I painted the entire truck that color. And then of course the tires I painted with my ink black chalk paint by Waverly. And for the center, like the hubcaps, I decided to go ahead and attach these little wood half beads that I get from Amazon, which I'll link for y'all, and I just left them in that nice wood tone color. I thought that was pretty cool. Now I'm going to take this really cute fence that I got from Hobby Lobby a really long time ago, okay, maybe like a year and a half ago, and I have it in white and I have it in the natural. I always forget I have it, and I end up like trying to make a fence out of the little popsicle sticks, and then they break and I get annoyed. And so anyways, I have these and I need to remember, so I use them more often because they are adorables. But I just simply cut it to size and then went ahead and glued it down on the back of the pickup truck. So now, obviously, I'm going to attach the truck to the pallet sign, and I wanted all these florals to be in the back of the truck, like it was like a, you know, the flower market, you know, farmhouse, fresh floral thingy-jiggery. We all know what I'm talking about. So I wanted, like, that vibe going on. So I just took a pick from the Dollar Tree. It's one of the ones that are kind of new this year. They're really heavily flocked, though, which I do like, but almost a little too flocked. So I went ahead and just glued those down, and I kept bringing my truck up to make sure that they were going to look right, and, you know, it was kind of just going to look like the truck was overflowing with florals. I wanted to add a little flower market to the front of it, but I decided to leave, like, the word off and kind of just let it go natural like it is. I attached some little rope I had laying around, and that's it. So you guys have to let me know what you think about this one, too. For this next DIY, I am going to make a little mini stool that is actually inspired by the one from Hobby Lobby. So I grabbed one of these like little wood rounds from that 2-pack you get from none other than the Hobby Lobby. And I just love saying Hobby Lobby. It just rolls off the tongue really fun. So I grabbed this lantern from the Dollar Tree, and the only reason I'm using it is because it's like a nice square, and it's like the perfect size square that I need. And all I'm doing is measuring in from the ends, like the outside of the wood round, into like where my lantern is sitting, to try to make my square as possible, or as centered as possible as I can. So I hope you guys understand what I'm saying, like measuring from the side. Yeah, I didn't either when my husband was explaining it to me, but you see what happened. You know, you just want to make a square as centered as possible. Yeah, we get it. Oh my goodness gracious. So now what I am doing is I am measuring my drill bit as far down as I want to go down into my, what now will be the top of the stool. I don't want to drill all the way through, and it's kind of hard to tell where you're at when you're drilling. So my husband suggested, okay, go ahead and measure off how deep you want to go, and then mark it on your drill bit with painter's tape. And I was like, that's a really good idea. I knew I kept you around here for something. So now all I did here was just take some dowel rods from Walmart. It took 2 of them. As you can see, they're a little bit thicker. And my husband did cut them for me. I measured them and how tall I wanted my little stool to stand. And he cut them off for me, because if I would be doing it with my hacksaw, I'd probably still be here cutting those legs off. And now what I'm doing now is gluing in like the rungs of the stool. And I'm just using some more dowel rods from Walmart. They're just a little bit smaller. It was like, the pack I got from Walmart was kind of like a multi-size pack, so it was pretty cool how many different sizes. I think there were like 2 or 3 different sizes. But anyways, all I did was kind of like line it up, measure it where I thought I wanted it to go, cut it with my miter shears, screwed up quite a few times, went through a few more dowel rods, and just kept doing the same thing until finally I got all my measurements down. My husband would have been like, use a ruler. No, that would be too logical. I like to do it the hard way. So now I'm going to go ahead and paint this little stool, and I decided to give him just a very sloppy coat of white chalk paint. I was going to paint the top a different color, but I decided no, I'm just going to paint it all nice and white, keep it neutral. As you can see, one of my little rungs flung off while I was painting, but that was because I did not let the glue set long enough, so I was getting impatient, and I just reattached it and haven't had any problems since. So I did style it with a little glass, like little jar that I got from Dollar Tree, and a little sticker that I Mod Podged on there last year. I'll link that video above in the cards for you guys. But I think this is so cute. Be perfect for a kitchen counter for like your soap dispenser or something. So let me know what you guys think about this one. I interrupt these adorable DIYs being made to make a quick public service announcement. I need to thank all of my awesome subscribers for all of your love and support, tuning in and watching my videos, leaving inspiring and uplifting and just downright sweet comments. I appreciate you guys so much. I could not and would not be here without y'all. And all of my newcomers today, welcome to my channel. My name is Mackenzie, aka Kenzie. I am a stay-at-home mom to 3 little girls, and I am from a tiny rural town in Pennsylvania. As you can see, I am absolutely obsessed with crafting and DIYing, and if that is something you love, which I assume it is because you are here, you are going to love it here. So don't forget to subscribe before you go. Turn your bell notification on so you never miss an upload. I also want to let you guys know that I am over on Instagram, Pinterest, and Facebook, and all of my links are in my description box, the bio of my channel, and in the next video slide coming up. I would love if you come follow me over on Instagram because I'm able to interact with you guys a lot more. I share a little bit more about my personal life, and I love to see any DIYs that I have inspired you to recreate and put your own spin on it. I now return you to your regular scheduled program. This next DIY is a total lazy DIY. This adorable little farmhouse, this is like ceramic stand with the cow, the pig, and the chicken, came from Dollar General for $8. I've had it for over a year. Not sure what I want to do with it, but I knew I did not like the white, shiny, glossy look. So I decided, let's paint it that beautiful blue that I am coordinating in my kitchen and dining room. So that's what I did. This is actually the Savannah Mist from Dixie Belle, and I painted the entire thing. I do flip it over and like take a smaller brush and get in like the belly and the udders and everything else, but y'all don't need to see that. So after I painted it blue, I then went ahead and heavily distressed over it with white chalk paint just to make it look like super distressed. Then I took this cowbell that I actually don't know where I got this. I think it's just someone gave it to me. Probably my aunt, maybe. I'm not sure. Sometimes I just get given stuff and I forget where it comes from. Just like, hey, can you craft with this? Well, duh. So anyways, I painted it in my steel color chalk paint, 2 coats of it to cover up the gold, and then I went over it with some of the white again to distress it. And then I just simply tied it around the little cow's neck with some jute twine, and that's all I did for this. It's just so cute. Everybody loves that iconic little figure, and you can really turn it any way. The only thing I don't like about this is that the chicken and the pig are facing the same way. The chicken needs to be facing the same way as the cow, and that's just my OCD brain. So anyways, there it is. For this next one, I'm going to grab these 2 glass, well, you only see one, but there's going to be 2 glass, like little milk jars, like what the milkman would bring you back in the olden days, from Hobby Lobby. I got quite a few of these. I love when their glass stuff goes on sale, and I just stock up. I just love DIYing glass things. Like, let me know if you're like that too. I just think a little bit of paint and who knows what else, and you can make something glass gorgeous. So what I was originally going for is I was going to paint one of the bottles white and then put the vintage duck egg from Dixie Belle on top of it. And then I was just going to do the opposite on the second one, put the vintage duck egg and then put the white chalk paint on top of that. But as I was painting the white on top of this one, I decided that I liked that look a little bit better. And I was going to sand it so that the second color would come through. And I thought that it would be a lot prettier if they matched. And then if it was like the duck egg color coming through the white. That's just, I don't know. I thought it would be prettier. So I sanded like crazy. And the one obviously had 3 coats of paint on it versus the other one only had 2. So it took a little bit more elbow grease. And it's, oh my gosh, I was covered in white powder. Or, you know, white paint from sanding. So I need to start wearing a mask because I was sick when I was doing that and I felt awful when I was done. So this little box that I am now using, this actually came from Hobby Lobby. It came in a set of nesting boxes that I got like back in winter time or something for like $11. I think there were like 6 boxes in it. I'm painting it in a French linen chalk paint color by FOLKART. It kind of reminds me of like mineral, but like a lot lighter. So I did give it 2 coats. Like around the outside edges where you would see the most, and then like on the bottom and on the inside I just, you know, kind of did like a heavy 1 coat, I guess you could say. So I was going to put vinyl on the edge of this, but I decided to go a different route and stencil it, and you're going to see me do that here in a minute. Okay, first I'm going to put some eucalyptus in my little milk jars. I got this eucalyptus from JOANN's, and I've been saving it because it is so pretty. But I thought it went gorgeous with the colors that I'm using in this. So, like I said, I was going to use vinyl, but I decided against it. I thought a stenciling would look so much more rustic. And I just grabbed a stencil I have from Dollar Tree. And I just simply stenciled Farm Fresh on there with a vintage duck egg paint color. And I don't know, that just looks so pretty to me. Then I went ahead and added some of like those like little faux nails that I like to do with a black paint marker. I could have used my little tacks, but to be completely honest, I couldn't find them. So I went with this route, and now I am just going to place my little jars down into that. And I did wrap some jute twine around the top of like the milk jars. Somehow I cut that out, but all I did was glue some to the top, and I think this is so pretty. And you guys get what I was going for, because it says dairy and it has a cow on it, and the crate says Farm Fresh is Farm Fresh Dairy. You guys get it? So anyways, did you hear the chicken? I don't know if you can hear it. I'm in my shed, but my windows and stuff are open. My neighbors beside me have chickens and roosters and turkeys and ducks and all kinds of poultry, so we don't eat it. We've had their eggs, but we don't eat the animals, but it always sounds like a farm. You hear the rooster? I don't know if you heard it or not. But anyways, you guys, let me know what you think about this one down below. Okay, so I said the best for last, and here it is. This is a lot of steps, but it's absolutely gorgeous when you're done. These Victorian windows, cathedral windows, whatever you want to call them, they came from Target's Dollar Spot. I think like a year and a half ago I grabbed these. As you can see, they have all kinds of like little screws on the back and a sawtooth hanger. And I just simply went ahead and removed all of that so that I could take that plexiglass off. That plexiglass is also glued down, so it's kind of going to be hard to reuse it because you'll see what it looks like when I pull it off. But I, of course, did not want to get paint on this, and I did not want the plexiglass on it, so I just removed it. Then I just simply took like a dry brush method with white chalk paint and went over both of these pretty heavily. You'll see me go over it kind of lightly, but I actually do go back and go over it a little more heavier when I see how they turned out. Then I'm going to grab this smaller like cathedral style window from the Dollar Tree, and I'm going to pop that little plaque off the front of it. It's just like cardboard. And I went ahead and painted this in my, I have to cheat, dusty blue chalk paint from Dixie Belle, the same color that the truck was. And this took a hot minute to paint, so I definitely cut that out for you guys to get in all those little nooks and crannies. And then I went super heavy over it with white chalk paint. This floating shelf came from Dollar Tree, and I have a bunch of these from a while back, and I just keep forgetting I have them. So I'm so glad I remembered and I can use it. I did remove the rope because I'm not going to need that. I'm going to fill in these holes with some spackling and yeah, sand down the excess, and then I'm going to give this a good coat of the white chalk paint, and then I do end up distressing all of the edges. I just don't show it. Again, now you probably hear my male cat that is outside of my craft shed. He wants to come in, but I don't really want him to come in. So he's just sitting there, meow. And he meows and it sounds like hello. I don't know. I talk too much. I know I talk too much. Some people have commented that I talk too much. I'm sorry. If I do, let me know and I won't talk as much. Anyways, so now I'm going to attach my windows down onto... Oh, another part I cut out. Sorry, guys. I did attach the smaller cathedral window from Dollar Tree right onto the two larger ones after I attached those together. You see that? I don't know where that footage went, you guys. But all I did was use the super wood glue for the two wood ones and then hot glue to attach the plastic one from Dollar Tree onto the other ones. And now I'm just using hot glue to attach them both, all of them, down onto my wood shelf. And then I'm using these little tumbling tower blocks to kind of just give them a little extra support on the back. This is a hanging piece. It could totally sit, but this is actually going to hang in my home. So I just wanted to make sure there was a little more reassurance with the windows. So I did go ahead and paint those tumbling tower blocks white just to kind of camouflage them. You can't see them from the other side, but just in case. Now I'm going to take one of these little jars that I got in this 3-pack from Target's Dollar Spot again last year. And this is like a Target Dollar Spot video, like Hobby Lobby and Target Dollar Spot. I didn't even realize it till now. And as you can see, I am just taking some of my Yankee Blue Dixie Belle chalk paint. It's a really dark blue, kind of reminds you of Nautical from FOLKART or Ocean from Waverly. It's a gorgeous, gorgeous dark navy blue. So I am just going to paint around the edge of the bottom. That's not even like the right thing to say, the edge of the bottom. You can see what I'm doing. I'm painting like the bottom part of this adorable little vase. It was already like a white color, so I didn't even bother, and I just added the blue. So after that's all said and done, I am just going to add a little bit of floral in it. I just threw in some eucalyptus in there. We're still painting. Again, guys, I'm sorry. But I just threw in some eucalyptus and like some little yellow flowers that I had on hand, just like some little scrap pieces, and this turned out really pretty. I'm loving that yellow up against the blue. It's kind of crazy what colors you like. So that little guy's done, so we're going to set him aside. And now this little house also came from a pack from Target Dollar Spot. I think I got those last Christmas, and I just am over the galvanized look. So I want to paint my galvanized stuff. My family's against it, but I'm the one with the paintbrushes, so I don't know what to tell them. So I went ahead and painted the little house white, and then again I grabbed that Yankee Blue chalk paint color and I just painted my little roof in that color, and this is gorgeous together. I am obsessed with how cute that little house is. So I told my family, I said, see how cute this one is? I have some larger ones from Target Dollar Spot. No, not their Dollar Spot, but from Target from last year. Yeah, we're going to paint those too. They don't know it yet, but it's happening. Yeah, like I said, my husband's completely against it. Too bad. Then I took this adorable little wooden candlestick that you can get in the pack from Hobby Lobby, and I left it natural, and all I did was super glue the little house down onto that just to kind of get it up there standing, and I love that natural wood tone added to this mix. So cute, so farmhouse. I can't stand it. Again, with the galvanized, this little guy came from Hobby Lobby. This is one of those like milk jugs. I went ahead and painted it very heavily with white chalk paint. I wanted this to be completely covered, and then after I had it all nice and painted, I went over it with some sandpaper and just brought out a little bit of that metal to make it look nice and distressed. I love it. Then I took one of these adorable little stickers off of a sticker sheet from Hobby Lobby. I am pretty positive that this sticker sheet I'm going to show here in a second actually came from their Farmhouse scrapbook paper kit. I could be wrong. It could be a sticker set all on its own. I truly can't remember, but it came from Hobby Lobby. You get 2 of them, I think, in the pack, and I love these. That little fork and knife that you saw on the little jar on my little stool DIY, that came from that set too. So anyways, I put that on my milk jug because it was a cow, and milk comes from cows. So for my this little wood round, it's really tiny. It came from Michael's, and as you can see, I just went back and forth with the painting. I didn't know what to do with it. I painted it white, I sanded it, then I added some of the blue. I didn't like it, so I went sanded it. Then I went back over it with white, and then I sanded it some more, and here we are. And all I did with this, after all that work, was add that cute little sticker that came from that same pack. Then I attached a little tumbling tower block to the back of it, and now I'm simply attaching it to the center of the windows because it did leave a little mark when I removed the original MDF cardboard whatever thing from Dollar Tree off of it. And now this can hang up with all this adorable, cute, almost like tier tray size farmhouse DIYs. How adorable! Guys, I'm obsessed with this one. I absolutely love it. It's not hung up yet because I still have Easter stuff up, but that little tiny ladder came from 24 Hour Crafts. That is also linked in my description box. But that is it for all of my farmhouse DIYs for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed them. Please give this video a big thumbs up. Subscribe if you're not. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I appreciate each and every one of you so much. You guys have a good day, a good week, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.